Pickleball is a racquetball sport for 2 or 4 players.
Pickleball has gained popularity recently and has a devoted player, my dad, Efrain, or as I call him, Dad, or sometimes Papa. He'll be helping with today's demonstrations. This is an intro to pickleball covering equipment, technique, and rules.
So what do you need to play a game of pickleball? You need a space, players, and a couple items.
A pickleball court is the same size as a badminton court and typically looks like this. You can play with 2 players or 4 players. If you're feeling confident, you can play 2 against 1. But get ready to sweat. The bare bones equipment requires a paddle and a wiffle ball. There are many varieties of paddle and ball. It's up to you how much you want to spend on equipment. You want to dress comfortably, and some players wear gloves. Technique. Pickleball is largely about accuracy and reading your opponents. While speed and strength are important, control is as important as your ability to run and smash. For more control, you want to let the ball hit the center of the paddle. When it does, you'll feel a sweet spot, and the paddle will feel more solid, reflecting the ball farther. Sour spots absorb momentum and give you less control. Beginners tend to strain their wrists to keep the ball in control. Make sure to stretch your arms and wrists before playing. In general, use your upper arm and elbow to direct the paddle and use the wrist to adjust angles, not to add power. With all that said, watch for your opponent's weak points. Do they miss backhands? Do they have a short reach? Do they stay in place after returns? Like any good game, you'll find a strategy that works for you.
The rules are super easy once you get the hang of them.
Scoring is similar to ping pong. A game is played to 11 points and you can only score on a serve. A team must win by 2 points, so if both sides get to 10, the game continues until one side scores twice in a row. Bounds. For a doubles game, use the entire court, and for a singles game, play diagonally or on one side. There's a no volley zone, also called the kitchen, where you cannot play unless the ball has bounced there. Serving. In singles games, if you miss your serve, your opponent gets to serve. In doubles games, you get a second try before giving the ball to the other team. If the ball brushes the net but lands in bounds, that's a let, and you serve again. In doubles, players start each serve in this position. The serving players must be outside the court. The receiving team has 1 player near the no volley zone and 1 player at the back of their court. The far player returns the serve. The same player keeps serving until they hit a ball out of bounds or fail to return a hit. When the ball goes to the other team, whoever hadn't served before now gets their opportunity. Other rules. In some circles, if you hit the player, that's considered in bounds and play can continue. This can result in a point if the ball hits a player before touching the ground, even if they're both out of bounds. In doubles, there's a double bounce rule, meaning the ball must bounce once on each side before the players can start to volley in midair. Those are the basics, so you're ready to get started. Pickleball is a flexible sport and might be offered at your local community center. If you have equipment and sidewalk chalk, you could set up in pretty much any flat area. It's a great sport for people who want more cardio, but not tennis levels of cardio.
So have fun, or as my dad says,
Vamos a jugar.